to rent a room and invite the press and wine and dine them, and maybe we'd get some publicity. Uh, Marilyn and I went to boxing matches, we went to ballparks, we took poster signs to the grocery stores. We did all this because we were just a bunch of little ladies driving across the country, depending on the local Rotary Club would use us for a fundraiser. So the LPGA never owned a golf tournament until, gee whiz, wow, 6 years ago.
Who set them up? I mean, what were the conditions like?
Well, normally if our commissioner, or it was called the tournament manager, Fred Cochran, he would negotiate with a new club that was just starting up, and we would be an attraction to get people to come out to watch us, but to see their facility and maybe sell memberships. And we played at 60 to 6,200 yards, and some of the courses, it wasn't really smooth and level. The Faro still in the fairway, you could sprain your ankle. We played in one place in Oklahoma where we could pick weeds on the green before we putted.
Oh my God.
So, we got a long way, and because of Title IX, foreign players came to this country and got 4 years of competitive golf at the college and universities, and then they went back home to their own country after their 4 years in competitive golf, and they finally, within the last 3 years, have convinced their countries to have tournaments. So we not only have the honor of starting competitive golf around the world, but we've helped establish the fact that we have 6 tours. The LPGA, the Japanese, the Chinese, the Korean, the LGU, which is going to be the Royal Nation, and the Taiwanese. That's 6 tours. But we were the ones that started it for them.
Let's go back to that, because obviously you had to be really a close-knit group, because you were almost like a family traveling. What was that like, and how did you support yourselves, because there was no money?
Well, fortunately, there were only 4 major companies after World War II. Wilson, Spalding, McGregor, and Golfcraft. And each company had a woman representative. Wilson had Patty Berg and the Babe, and McGregor had Louise Suggs, and Spalding had Marilyn Smith, and Golfcraft had Shirley Spork. Golfcraft today is Titleist. Our job was to service the accounts of these companies. So we would go to a club and give an exhibition on the driving range of how they hit it, boom, 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 and then we would show them how it should be hit. And then we played a 9-hole exhibition with the men come champion, the ladies come champion, and the pro. And we played 9 holes and explained every shot, how we were hitting it, and all that type of thing. So we did this to our accounts, our major accounts that Golfcraft had, and Patty went for Wilson, and as you know, Debbie, when you played on the tour, Patty Bird talked about Wilson and would not sign a ball if it wasn't a Wilson ball.
Oh my goodness.
When they had a memorial, where they had the service for her at the cemetery, the girls dropped a Wilson ball in the ground on her casket.
Oh.
That was nice. So Patty Berg, my affiliation and interest in Patty, in high school, and I read the newspaper, the local newspaper, they would talk about Patty Berg. And I thought, gee, someday maybe I could be a golfer because I moved next to a golf course, and I thought, well, maybe I could be a golfer someday. So I began to play in Detroit. The boys in the neighborhood said, well, if you have some clubs, you can come play on Monday, because the caddies could play on Monday. And a property adjoining the golf course, I was finding golf balls and selling them back to the golfers. And so I went downtown to find my first golf club, and I went to a sporting goods shop. They had a big barrel there, but they didn't have anything for $1. So he said, go to the SS Kresge drugstore. And they had any club you wanted for $1. And there were tall ones and short ones and wooden-headed ones and iron ones. And they had short ones that were straight and some were tilted. I didn't know one from the other. So I picked out a number 10. Well, in olden days, when you bought a set of clubs, you always got a putter with it. So it was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 was a putter.
Oh my goodness.
So my first club was a putter. So I'd found some balls and found some tees, and I would tee it up, hit it down the fairway, up the hill on the green, and then down the next hole. Then the ranger'd come and chase me off the course because I shouldn't be out there. I hadn't paid my green fee. So I became, I think, probably the first youngest ever golf course architect, because across the street was a big lot. And I took a sickle and cut the weeds, and then I dug a hole to make a bunker, and then I borrowed our mower and mowed it so I could pretend to have a green, and I put a stick in it with a hill. So I had my own golf hole.
I love it.
And I was 12 years old, 13 years old. So I'd go over there and beat the ball around, and the local pro saw this little red-headed kid being chased off the course, and he gave me some old clubs that somebody traded in, and the 3, 5, 7, 9, you know, that's all you had. And these grips were leather, cork, leather, cork, leather, cork, leather, cork. The cork's gone, but the leather's there. So I'm gripping this stick where there's leather, nothing, leather, nothing, leather, nothing. So I never had a really good grip. So the Detroit Free Press had a free clinic.